Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are done pulling all the stops out from under you. We're going straight into Daedalus Point here for our first match of the best of 5. MaSa up against Hendralisk for a ZVT for the TorCraft Cup #1.
Yep, and it's actually going to be loading up pretty quickly here. We're going to be spawning in top of our Teal Zerg here. He's going to be representing Complexity Gaming. Over here on the bottom right is Hendralisk.
And with the proper alignments, yeah. Hendralisk is going to be, as you said, bottom right. But our top left, we just saw him win 2-0 up against a Zerg opponent, a top 16 GM. It is going to be ROOT.MaSa for this first game of best of 5 on Daedalus Point. That is not something that we really want to see, but hopefully that will just go away. But either way, I mean, we just saw MaSa 2-0 Samuel, who, by the way, just took 3rd place.
Yes.
Yep.
Taking $20, and I believe he will get points for TorCraft Cup. Not sure.
It was supposed to be Samuel versus Believe,
Game
best of 3
paused.
for the 3rd place.
Tactical pause coming out.
Yeah, technical pause here. There we go.
No,
admins are on it.
Yep. The call.
I love that comment from Hendralisk. But yeah, so it was supposed to be Samuel versus Believe for the best of 3, but Believe said that no, it's just time to go home, so he forfeits, and Samuel takes home $20 plus the points that is allotted for his station here in the TorCraft Cup, because we're going to have multiple of these cups throughout the year. And it's going to be 1 cup a month for about 6 months, and so getting those points, it's very much like a league system. The top top 8, I'm going to guess. Top 8 points to go home into the top 8 bracket for that, where we'll play for a heck of a lot of money. It'll be a good time. Look for it later on in the year here from ES Champ and TorCraft. But MaSa here, as you said, we've seen this matchup a lot. Hendralisk and MaSa, they probably are 2 most well-known Torontonians. Yeah. And you were saying that you're leaning more towards MaSa this round.
Only because whenever MaSa and Hendralisk play, MaSa tends to win like always.
Like always.
Yes.
Not always or nearly always, just like always.
Yes. I say like always because especially in like double elimination tournaments, we'll see like Hendralisk, he'll win the winners finals, but then MaSa will come through the loser bracket and then win grand finals, just because that's how MaSa is.
That's just how MaSa rolls?
Yep.
He likes to take the hard path?
Yes.
I'll take the high path, you take the low path, we'll still meet up in the end, and I'll still kick your ass.
Yes, pretty much.
I think that's how the song goes, yeah. It's interesting barracks placement here for MaSa. It's a little out of the ways.
I believe it's to hide it. As Daedalus Point, it's a little bit harder to hide buildings, especially in your main base. So what some players do is, on the much smaller maps, what they'll do is they'll just put the barracks a bit off into the side of the natural. Right now, we do have Hendralisk going to be going for a extractor first into spawning pool. We'll also be getting his hatchery here on Daedalus Point. This is a good build, as he can expect Reapers from MaSa. That's all he was doing last series.
Well, if Hendralisk was watching the last games, and I know he was, then yeah, we are going to notice that Reapers are extremely effective when not dealt with early. Now, the only thing I have issue with is, can he not see that? Okay, he has to see it now.
He sees it now, but when it was building, no.
Right. But if you can't deal with these Reapers, then they're going to be a thorn in your side. And now with a bunker going up pretty much uncontested, we got 4 Zerglings plus the speed coming, but they're still a little ways away off from being actually completed here. That bunker's going to finish up, and now we're going to have a depot for a lot of these Reapers just to take refuge in.
Yeah. Right now it's going to be very difficult for Hendralisk to be able to deal with these Reapers early game. He does have a couple Zerglings out. Right now, so far, he has lost 1 worker. Oh, good. That was kind of weird there. The Zergling accidentally hit the drone. But looks like now...
Microing as hard as these guys.
Yeah. Another drone very
nice
close
save.
to dying there. But will get saved again by turning into a Spore Crawler. And will Hendralisk is just like, no, this drone is not dying.
Yeah, playing games. Retreat into the bunker. Where did the SCV go?
The SCV went home.
Really? I would have expected to see a little bit more bunker cheese coming out of this. But hey, I mean, the double Reaper, it looks like that's going to be it for the Reaper aggression. And now the Reaper's actually going to head home. He's going to salvage out the bunker, so he gets most of his cost back. But, was the damage done? He took out 2 drones, I believe. Took out 1 drone, I believe.
Yeah, I think what happened is that Hendralisk just so good saves the drone like literally 3 frames before it dies. Probably.
And now with the, since it didn't really do any kind of damage, we got now 5 Banelings going to be introducing themselves here to MaSa's face. It is going to be a lift off there from the natural. Very expected. The Reapers are going to get 1, but here comes the rest of the army looking just to bust up this front door. And there's
on fire.
One Baneling too short.
1 Baneling too short, yeah. But they are on fire, so eventually they will die. Eventually, but not quite yet.
I love that construction wall we got going up for MaSa. He absolutely does not want to deal with these Zerglings. Zerglings, however, should be able to take care of at least 1 Reaper, if not the second. Did actually grab out the second, but again, 1 Baneling too short, couldn't get in there, and now with all these massive buildings in the way, we're going to need a lot more Banelings in order to take that out. And I'm not too sure that Hendralisk is going to be able to kind of break through in the next few moments.
Well, he doesn't actually need to. He just needs to keep MaSa in his base. If he keeps him on 1 base, then he can, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he does have his own expansion up. His workers have suffered a little bit, but if you look at the collection rates, really the only big difference here is the gas.
Yeah, and right now MaSa's still just playing very cautious. He's trying to get out as many defensive units as he can. Now that he's got quite a few Hellions, he's actually going to be moving out a little bit. The Zerglings will have to pull back. And now MaSa will be resuming back with his regular play. But Hendralisk, I feel he's stalled enough. As like right now, he's already getting his lair. His natural has quite a few workers already. So that did a good amount of work there for Hendralisk.
So it looked like, MaSa tried to go in there with the Reapers, didn't really seem to do too much, and then the return from Hendralisk, busting down the wall, made him sweat a little bit. Made him sweat. Oh, those are some dead Marines. Might actually get a few Zerglings out of it. Well, quite a few Zerglings out of it from the roastings at the end there. But he also got the Overlord, which means that we are now supply blocked here from Hendralisk. But you're right, as the stalling tactics went back and forth, who's in a bit more of a stronger position? Well, Hendralisk at this point looks like he has a bit more of a saturation between his 2 bases. And if you look at, again, the income rates, she did just have up there. He is pulling ahead slightly, but you can't really discount the power of mules either for MaSa.
Yep, right now MaSa has quite a few Hellions over here on the left side. They're going to be heading down, trying to chase after these Zerglings. And over here at section 14, the Hellions will be roasting these Zerglings.
Not even a competition. That's 7? Yeah, 7 Hellions and a few Marines. They do got the combat shields, so they're very durable against some of the early Zergling aggression. And, MaSa feels like he's in a good enough position here. He's going to take out some of the creeps, and he is going to find those queens. But what kind of army do we have here from Hendralisk?
Not really an army at all. Just 5 Zerglings and 5 Banelings right now, going to drop down to 4 Banelings, 3 Banelings, and 0 Zerglings at the moment. Spire is going to try coming out as well as 20 Zerglings, but the Spire is going to be a long time coming. Right now, everything here for Hendralisk is under so much danger at the moment that Hellions are going to be roasting everything here. The drones are starting to line up, and 1 queen is going to be going down. Another queen looks like it might die, and it will. And right now, MaSa is just dealing so much damage.
Down queens, down a base. We still got 1 there on the ramp, just preventing some of these drive-bys. But, those Marines are attacking unabated, and I don't know, man. Like, that Mutalisk switch was just punished extremely hard there for MaSa.
MaSa just too good. He's just like...
You said you were leaning towards him for the series. Game number 1 proves you at least right for that.
MaSa in chat saying you think you're subbing.
No, we were just talking about this on break. We're like, we're actually having a lot of fun here. A lot of the players are really well mannered because now we know why. There's no trash talking. What happens immediately after the game number 1?
And now we're gonna have a bit of a longer delay because there's trash talking. So,
well, I mean, hey, you got to go shot for shot.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your opponent wins. I mean, if you can't talk the tango, then you lose. Or some dance-related metaphor.
Yep.
Not entirely too sure. Second map will be coming out in just a moment, guys. I'm not too sure they know. Okay, they know. All right, so we're going to jump right into it. Like, no break.